Hello everyone and welcome to episode 16 of this Top Tips series. My name is Winters and you are very welcome. So in this episode, what I want to talk about is fleet credits and more specifically overall holding contributions. Now, as I'm sure most of you know, most fleets in STO have a fleet credit requirement that has to be reached in order to be promoted and gain access to the fleet stores. And often the case is that many players already have a buildup of fleet credits from other fleets that they were in. Well, what I want to show you guys now is a little tip that you can do to increase your overall holding contributions within your fleet and get you over that initial requirement so that you can be promoted. So, for anyone that doesn't know, if we go to roster here, the default setting for everything would be like this, alright? You see a list of all available members that are currently online. And to view your overall holding contributions, you need to click on where it says member comments and change it to overall holding contributions. And what this shows is the total amount of fleet credits that you have earned within the current fleet that you are in. So we can see here, and I just want to point out, this isn't my main character. This is one of my alt characters that's in Priority 1 Gamma. So what I have earned is 3,420,668 fleet credits total. If we open up my inventory and click on assets, we can see here I actually only have 340,000 fleet credits. So this is what you currently have. This is the total you've built up over time. And this number only ever goes up, okay? So every time you donate something to any fleet project, you will get the credits here, but it gets added to your overall total, this is a history of every fleet credit you've ever earned within your fleet. That's the best way to put it. So anyway, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to beam up to my ship. And from there, then we are going to transwarp to our fleet starbase, and we can get stuck into the rest of this tip. So, transwarp and fleet starbase system transwarp. Now, one thing that I should point out for this is that your fleet starbase needs to be at least level 1 before you can do what I'm about to show you guys. Okay, so we come out of the transporter and we're going to run straight across down to the little area down here where the officer of the watch is. And we'll open up our inventory. Now, this guy here, alright, the personnel officer, we interact with him by clicking on commission duty officers. And we see here there's a number of different options available to us. So we have fleet duty officers, fleet duty engineers, fleet duty scientists, and fleet duty tactical. So this one, fleet duty officers, basically means you will get random duty officers. So you could end up with tactical, security, medical, science, engineer, operations, or civilians from any of these boxes. And these are common, these are uncommon, these are rare, these are very rare. These will currently these two are the only ones that are available to us. These ones are currently locked because the fleet hasn't advanced enough in level. That doesn't matter. If we click on this one, we can see we have fleet engineering, common quality, uncommon, rare, very rare. And basically this means we will only get engineering or operations duty officers when we open any of these boxes. And obviously these ones are for the different quality. Same thing here for science. We will only get science or medical from any of these boxes when we open them. But these ones are common, these ones are uncommon, these ones are rare. And tactical works the same way. We will only get tactical or security when opening any of these boxes. Now, what I want to draw your attention to is the price. And we're looking at common, because fleets only take common duty officers. 750 for tactical, science, and engineering. However, if we click on fleet duty officers, the very top one, we can see 500 fleet credits. Okay? So bear with me here now. I'm going to purchase a stack or two of these duty officers, and basically what I'm going to do is, or what's happening here, I'm purchasing common quality random duty officers from my fleet starbase using only fleet credits. Alright, not costing me any dilithium, not costing me any energy credits, not costing me any marks or anything like that at all. It is only costing me fleet credits, and I'm buying each one for 500 fleet credits. Okay, and we'll leave it just about here. So there, I've bought 100 of them. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start opening up a few of these. We can see that they're all getting a mixture of all sorts of different types. So I'm going to open all 100 boxes. Okay, so there, 100 Doffs opened. Now I'm going to open up my fleet window. I'm going to click on roster, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in 3,420,668 just to keep a record of that. Okay, and we're going to go to holdings, and we're going to click on K13 here, and we're going to put in some engineering and operations duty officers, 7,200 worth. Boom. Okay, we click OK. Now we go back to roster, and look at what we had. We had 3,420,000. Okay, and now we're at 3,428,000. So think about this for a second. We just bought duty officers from the fleet using only fleet credits. Then we donated those duty officers back to the fleet, earning more fleet credits. Okay, think about that for a second. Now, obviously, the more we do this, we will eventually run out of fleet credits, because we only get 300 fleet credits per duty officer, and they cost 500 apiece. And that is why, if I close these down, that is why we went for these ones, the ones that cost only 500, because we're getting tactical, science, engineering, and civilian from these. We're getting a mixture, and all the projects can take them. These ones just so happen to be on cooldown now at the minute, but if we click here, look, we can start clicking in some civilians that we got from that. And civilians, you only get 250. I suppose I should point that out. You only get 250 credits per civilian. So we'll click some of these here. I don't want to get rid of the refugees if you haven't figured that out. Refugees are a little bit too valuable to dump into fleet projects, because you can get even better Doffs from those refugees. Okay, and bartender and a chef. Right. Donate them in. So any civilians we got just got donated into the fleet. Let's see if there's any other projects. No, there's not. Everything's on cooldown. Needs a bit of lithium. Okay, never mind. We still were able to get rid of the engineers. So when these projects open up again, I'll be able to get rid of my tactical, and I'll be able to get rid of my science. So, as I said, when you think about that for a second, we purchased them using only fleet credits, and we got fleet credits back when we dumped them into the fleet. And our overall holding contribution went up. So if you're in a fleet and there's an initial fleet credit requirement in order to get promoted to that first rank so that you can gain access to the fleet stores, and you already have a stockpile of fleet credits that you don't want or need, maybe you can purchase some Doffs from the fleet using fleet credits and put them back into the fleet and get your fleet credit level over that initial requirement. Or you might be a fleet leader and you're trying to get your starbase projects on cooldown in order to advance your fleet up. Maybe you have a crap ton of fleet credits because you've been buying duty officers off the exchange. Well, hey, here's a different way that you can do it. You can use that massive stockpile of fleet credits that you have built up over time, buy the Doffs from your fleet and throw them back in, and your overall holding contribution level still goes up every time you do that. I strongly advise you stay away from the career-specific duty officers because they cost 750 per, so they're 250 fleet credits dearer compared to going with common quality. And the good thing about this is you will get all different random types from this one anyway. So you can fill all projects that are available in your fleet. Not only Starbase, but your Spire, your Research Lab, K13, Embassy, and Dilithium. You can fill all the projects. So, yeah, that's that. We'll leave it there for now. Thanks a million for watching, folks. I hope you all enjoyed this episode. If you did, please leave a like. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to leave them below. And as always, please subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. My name is Winters, and I will see you next time. So until then, take care.